Videos of evacuees smiling while soaked in flood went viral on social media. Hopeless calls for aid even streamed online, and local governments addressed for more lifeboats. With this, Filipinos raised funds, started donation drives, and offered temporary shelters for free. But most Filipinos may not be entirely aware that these kind acts are acts of resiliency, which is overexploited. The study conducted by the Bulacan State University shows that, in terms of frequency, faith-based resiliency, familial support, sense of humor, and bayanihan spirit ascended among the descriptors of resiliency. These results convey that Filipino resiliency is culturally based on values of deep spirituality and the inadequacy of government services that address disaster preparedness. But most Filipinos refuse to romanticize this familiar act of resiliency. According to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, a total of 145 people died and more than 200,000 damaged houses were recorded from 5 typhoons that hit the country. Even after the course of Typhoon Yolanda, only 2% of the needed houses have been occupied. Come what may, we leave everything to God. Humor. Oftentimes, we just smell the problem off. And bayanihan, we need to be selfless. These classifications are used in the said study, which is based on F. Landa Jacana's categorization of Filipino coping mechanisms. The importance of this issue is not just to eradicate ignorance, but also to eliminate romanticization of Filipino resilience. Forest Management Bureau 2017 provided that the Philippines is losing 47,000 hectares of forest cover per year. As a long-term project, mandatory planting of trees as a requirement for graduating senior high school students should be considered to prevent severe climate changes. If there are 1 million graduating students per year, the Philippines can grow more than 10 million trees after 10 years. Since the country is located along the typhoon belt and the Pacific Ring of Fire, the Philippines should not only focus on recovery but also for mitigation and preparedness. As for schools, the OKDRRM plan should also be considered to educate learners. O. Organization of the School Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Group. The school DRRM should identify the hazards, risks, and vulnerabilities that affect the students and teachers. K. Knowledge of the dangers. Evaluate risks, hazards, and vulnerabilities. A. Ahead warning plans. Create early warning plans for floods, fires, and other hazards. And Y. Youth emergence activities. Facilitate hazard drills and conduct yearly emergency-related seminars for students and teachers.
Ilugmok man tayo ng bagong pagsubok, mga puso natin di mapapagod. Abutin ng kamay na handang tumamay, mga puso natin